Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning, San Antonio. Live look outside at the city with live cam right now. It is 5 o'clock on your Tuesday. Thanks so much for waking up with us on GMSA.
Yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with us. Obviously got a lot of news, but of course the big story here, we are getting closer, Japhanie, to getting some cool fall-like temperatures.
Oh, yes.
We're excited about this.
I'm very excited. I actually turned the air off today. So let's go ahead and get on over to Justin Horn. Justin, you've been talking about it. You've been talking about the heat, and then you're talking about the warmth and the cool. We love it.
Yeah.
Finally we get to talk about some fallish like weather. Yesterday it was ridiculous. We got up to 98 here in San Antonio, blew out the old record by 3 degrees. Some places even got up to 100. Look at this, New Braunfels, 100 yesterday. Come on, it is mid-October. We've got one more day of this. High temperatures today will be right back where they were yesterday, upper 90s. We're thinking 97 here in San Antonio. Sunny skies all day long. Noontime we're already up near 90. And yes, 97. Okay, that would be a record. We finally get those changes tonight. Cold front moves through, and by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, those changes will already be underway. And I think by tomorrow afternoon, we'll see high temperatures about 20 degrees cooler than they are today. 77 for a high on Wednesday. Some places will even be in the low 70s in the hill country, and we'll get some gusty north winds. So yes, it'll feel very different. And then wait till you see the morning lows as we get into Thursday and Friday. You may want to dig out that jacket out of the closet. You may want it. We're going to talk about just how cold it will get and these changes. But let's get to traffic and see how things are looking out there right now.
All right, man, getting ready to dig out the jacket. Okay, Now we're talking, Justin. All right, taking a look here at our traffic at 5:02 in the morning, I-35, 1604. Traffic looking pretty good. 35 Von Army in the southwest side. Good morning to all of our folks out there. Right now, TxDOT not reporting too many major incidents at the moment, just some ongoing construction that we're kind of used to, especially northwest side of town at I-10 Loop 1604 and 1604 right there at John Peace Boulevard over there by the UTSA main campus. So keep that in mind as we take one more look here at 410 in Marbach. Good morning to all of our folks out there. Japhanie?
Let's get out to Alex Gomez. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hey, if you're a Bills fan, you are very happy today because they actually beat out the Jets last night. What do you think about that?
Hey, good for them. You know what? I used to be a Bills fan when I was younger, especially when they were playing the Cowboys. I don't know why, but the Bills are doing some good work out there. And check out the west side over here, Japhanie, 90 westbound near 36, also doing very great this morning. No incidents to report over here on the west side. And if you haven't checked out the moon, Japhanie, go check it out. It is huge.
Yeah, I do remember waking up and letting the dog out, and I was just like, why is the sky so bright tonight? So,
yeah.
Alex, you hit the nail on the head with that one.
All right, thank you very much for that update, Alex. We'll continue to check in with him the rest of the way here. Now to the latest on a local story that's, of course, making big local news and also national headlines. Suzanne Clark Simpson has been missing for days now. The mother of 4 was last seen late Sunday night.
Her husband, Brad Simpson, has been sitting in a jail since Wednesday after being arrested on charges of assault, family violence, and unlawful restraint. But right now, he's not facing charges in Suzanne's disappearance.
John Paul Barajas walks us through the Texas Department of Public Safety's latest efforts.
A landfill in southeast Bexar County is the latest location Texas Rangers and DPS are taking over in hopes of finding answers to where Suzanne Simpson is. The search of the area is tied to a sealed search warrant, according to sources. The warrant was signed Saturday after being filed under seal by the Texas Department of Public Safety. 2 sources familiar with the investigation told KSAT. Sealed warrants are common in federal cases, but are rarely used in county cases. The seal can remain in place for up to 31 days and only can be used if an attorney establishes in court that publicly disclosing the contents of the warrant would harm the case. And at request of DPS, we are not disclosing the exact location of the landfill.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why it happened. It wasn't part of their life.
Suzanne's mom, Barbara Clark, spoke publicly for the first time at a vigil over the weekend, saying she's leaning on her faith. Suzanne, a well-known local realtor, was last seen 2 Sundays ago wearing a black dress and heels. Humboldt Park police say she was at the Argyle, a private club in Alamo Heights. They add there was reports of an altercation between Suzanne and her husband Brad at the club and then a physical altercation at the Simpson's Almost Park home.
Brad Simpson was arrested last Wednesday on charges of assault, family violence, and unlawful restraint. He is not facing any charges in connection to Suzanne's disappearance at this time. His bond is set at $2 million.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Now, Brad was set to be in a bond reduction hearing today, but it has been canceled due to a federal hold being placed on him. But the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, has not confirmed an exact reason why. And so far, DPS searched the Simpson home surrounding Almost Park neighborhood, an empty field next to a shopping center in Bernie. This is a story that we have been following closely since we first told you about it last night. Devin Karp will be live from a live report in our next half hour. You can read all the latest developments on our website. You just head to KSAT.com and look for these stories on the homepage.
Another story we're following this Tuesday morning. San Antonio police are investigating after a man was shot and killed inside a vehicle downtown. So this happened last night around 8:30 p.m. on East Grayson Street. The victim was shot multiple times while he was inside a silver car in a parking lot. Officers believe that there are multiple shooters since there were several different types of shell casings recovered at the scene.
Nothing like this has ever happened on this street. It's usually quiet, so quiet you could hear a pin drop. So this is insane to us. That's why we're all like, what in the hell's going on?
So neighbors pretty shaken up right there. So we will continue to follow this story on air and also on KSAT.com.
Two mothers connected to one deadly case. We were in the courtroom as the mother whose daughter was killed addressed the mother of the man who pulled the trigger. That man was sentenced to 70 years in prison. It happened during the sentencing of 21-year-old Nathaniel Melendez. He shot and killed 16-year-old Evelyn Gombardo and wounded two others at a party back in August. Erica Hernandez explains it was an emotional day in court for both mothers.
But it's not gonna bring her back. It's not gonna bring her back to us.
Tearfully, Evelyn Yonostroza faced Nathaniel Melendez in court. On July 5th, 2022, Melendez was at an apartment party when he fired a gun at least 10 times. 16-year-old Evelyn Gombardo was hit twice and two others also were injured. During his trial in August, Melendez said he was afraid for his life and the drugs he was on made him paranoid. The jury found him guilty. While the defense asked for 20 years, the state argued for more. In the end, Judge Ron Rangel decided to sentence him to 70 years in prison. After that sentence was handed down, Evelyn's mother gave a powerful victim impact statement, not only addressing Nathaniel, but his mother as well.
From mother to mother, no one should ever have to go through anything like this. My heart is broken, and I know yours is too.
And to Nathaniel, her message was simple.
I hope you get the proper treatment that you do deserve.
In which Nathaniel responded to her, "I'm sorry." He will now be taken to a Texas prison and is eligible for parole after serving 30 years. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, already off to a very busy Tuesday morning here. 5:08 right now, 65 degrees outside.
Startup Week is underway here in the Alamo City, and just ahead, why investors want to get into a San Antonio early.
All right, good stuff there. As we take one look here at live cam, taking you outside again. Things are feeling nice and cool on your Tuesday morning. A lot of people will be back on the roads today because of the holiday yesterday. We're going to get our school districts back. People starting up their work week. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We're going to check in with Justin for your forecast coming up. 5:12, welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. Well, as San Antonio continues to grow, we're going to have more venture capitalists that are looking to invest in local startups.
That is right. It's also San Antonio Startup Week, where entrepreneurs can connect with resources, investors, and city partners to learn how their business can survive in Alamo City.
All right, so 2,000 different entrepreneurs and investors have signed up to join this year for Startup Week. Geekdom says that our area has seen a ton of growth in investments, particularly in housing, healthcare, financial tech, and cybersecurity industries. Startup Week will have opportunities for people to pitch their ideas to potential investors. That includes Arlen Hamilton, managing partner at Backstage Capital, who says that she thinks San Antonio could be the next big thing.
I'm always interested in cities that are under the radar and aren't the first place you think of when you think of tech innovation, because with the right resources and the right time and care, they become juggernauts. And I like to get ahead of trends. So I know in a couple of years, everyone's going to be talking about San Antonio. I want to say I was here first.
Startup Week is going on until Friday with free side chats, networking sessions, pitching challenges, and more, all for free.
All right, yeah, San Antonio's doing some good work. I know cybersecurity is a big push for UTSA as well, so we're seeing some tech companies come through here.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It is 5:13, 65 degrees outside.
All right, we're going to take you outside here. Drive cam, Alex Gomez is hitting the streets of San Antonio for us. Things looking pretty good across the city right now. Just some ongoing construction, overnight construction, but we will check in with the man on the ground, Alex Gomez, coming up in just a little bit.
All right, in your morning consumer news, Amazon could be revamping its pharmacy and grocery services. Reports say that the tech giant may combine Amazon Pharmacy with its subsidiary, PillBack. The goal is expanding same-day delivery. Company is also testing ways to merge Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh to make shopping easier.
All right, this next story for all my editing folks here. Adobe is bringing some new AI features to Premiere Pro. The so-called Firefly video tool can extend footage, generate clips from simple text prompts, and even turn images into short videos. The tools are in the beta stage right now and will be available for Creative Cloud users.
I love that. I'm an editor. I love Premiere.
I know you are.
It's just like, okay, cool. That's interesting. Call of Duty games are coming to Xbox Cloud Gaming on October the 25th, and Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone will be available on multiple devices. To access the games, users will need a Game Pass Ultimate subscription. Are you a gamer?
No.
No? Dude.
I mean, that's foreign to me right there. I was like, give me Mario Kart or something like that.
Exactly. I think my blood pressure is too bad for that. Like watching people play that, it freaks me out a little bit. But hey, if you in it, there you go. You got more coming to Xbox doing that thing. All right, let's head out to the roadways real quick to see what's going down on your Tuesday. Everything is looking great so far out there. There you go at I-37 and Loop 410. Traffic is flowing just fine. Again, the same old with construction zones set up at I-10 and East Loop 1604. All this good stuff. Of course, everything is looking great on your Tuesday, even though more people are going to be back to work today, RJ.
Yeah, definitely get a lot more people back. Do want to mention, though, that TxDOT, they're actually going to postpone that construction work. I-35 Iridiman Road, I think around this time we reported it yesterday that they were going to close that turnaround. No, they're going to postpone that, so that turnaround should still be open. Let's check in with Alex Gomez. He is hitting the streets for us on this Taco Tuesday, huh, Alex? How are things going out there?
Taco Tuesday, RJ. You said it right here. Things are great over here on the roadways on the west side. This is 1604, right past 151. It looks great out here. You're checking out the perspective of Drive Cam. This is not Mario Kart, RJ. When I would play Mario Kart, I'd be Mario, and I love getting those red shells.
That would be interesting, seeing like a big red shell following Alex all over the place.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Those are cool. The green shells, not so much fun. The red ones were good.
You're Mario Kart.
We're like 90s kids.
I am.
Yeah.
And I like to play with my kiddos, and I like to win.
Look, he's like, nobody's safe. All right, it's time to Just Ask Justin.
Yes, and we're sticking with the celestial theme this morning. If you remember yesterday, we were talking about the comet. Today, we're going to talk about planets. Which planet has the longest day? In other words, one full rotation on its axis. Our day is 24 hours, obviously. So, is it Neptune, Jupiter, Earth, or Venus?
I think I remember learning about this in school, in elementary school. So I think I got a good feeling about this
like
one.
it.
Yep.
Yeah. You can vote, ksat.com/poll, or you can scan that QR code and let us know what you think, which planet has the longest day. And we'll tally those votes, and we'll let you know the answer coming up next hour. But yes, let's look at temperatures for today. Yesterday we got up to 98. Today we're forecasting 97, so we're in the same boat essentially. More record-setting heat, pretty incredible. And the cool air just to our north. That front already starting to work into Texas. It'll be here by tonight, and we'll start to see some of that cooler air working into our neck of the woods by tomorrow morning. So you'll start to feel the difference as early as the morning commute, but it'll really start to kick in as we head into tomorrow afternoon with those daytime highs only in the upper 70s. Today we're forecasting again 97, so 77 tomorrow, about a 20-degree drop at the front. That's exactly what we would hope for. There will still be some 80s tomorrow down to the south and west and some slightly cooler numbers up across the hill country, but either way, this front definitely has an impact. And you'll also feel it with the winds. Gusty winds out of the north and northeast. This is tomorrow morning, so 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We're talking about winds sustained 15 to 20 miles per hour, but some gusts maybe 25 to 30 miles per hour. So this will be a breezy front as well. Then as we get into Thursday morning, we're talking about lows in the mid 50s, maybe even some 40s in the hill country. So this is probably our coolest morning in the extended forecast. And that means you may want to find a jacket or a coat. I know it's not that cold, but it is a bit of a shock to the system, and the kiddos may want a light coat Thursday morning. It does warm up into the 80s by Thursday afternoon. Outside right now, 67 here in San Antonio, 63 in New Braunfels, 64 Converse, mid-50s for Bernie and Kerrville. So again, not a bad morning, but the afternoon will certainly be hot. By noontime, 88 degrees, and then we top out near 97, as we said, this afternoon, with sunny skies. The extended forecast, 77 tomorrow, 79 Thursday. So that's the impact of that front. Again, cool mornings, especially Thursday and Friday. And then more clouds by the weekend. And maybe a few rain chances too on Saturday. Nothing significant, but a few showers are possible.
Hey, it's been a while since we've seen a 7-day without like multiple 90, 90, 90, 90 something. So
it's incredible.
This is nice.
Yes.
522 right now, 65 outside.
All right, coming up at 9 o'clock on GMSA, a local school district is fighting to keep some of its superintendent's conversations under wraps. That would be San Antonio ISD Superintendent Jaime Aquino. He has a personal development coach, as KSAT investigates. Daniela Ibarra explains it's a perk that he negotiated into his contract. Well, she's going to join us live on GMSA at 9 for the full story.
Well, let's see if everybody's feeling lucky out there. It's time to play some Texas Lottery with Pick 3, 773, Fireball of 9, 7500, Fireball of 6 with your daily 4, and your cash 5, 12, 14, 24, 27, and 34. And that Texas two-step, 23, 24, 27, 32. And I remember it is the bonus ball,
yes.
26.
All right, how about your Powerball here? Let's look at this. 14, 18, 33. That's actually my lucky roulette number there. I don't win too much ever, but 64, 67, Powerball 14, Power Play 2. Good luck to everyone out there.
Cemeteries can be sad, somber places, but throughout Mexico, they're places of comfort and culture. Panteones, as they're known in Spanish, are important places for families to celebrate their lost loved ones. Each gravesite is an individual expression, holding mementos, personal items, decorations, and gifts to commemorate a life now gone. From large cities to small rural areas, each pantheon may look a little different, but their characteristics are quite similar. The tributes are grand, providing a celebratory spirit to one's final resting place. In the days leading up to Dia de los Muertos, these memorials hold even greater significance as family members gather to welcome the souls of the departed back home. The yearly ritual is more than a celebration of life. It's a celebration of culture, family, and a tradition that continues to live on.
I swear, it's so beautiful seeing, all that goes into honoring those who have passed.
Absolutely, yeah. So the connection between life and death, of course, and Muertos Fest is going to be October 26th out there at Civic Park. We expect a lot of people out there as it continues to just get bigger and bigger every year.
Yes, excited. Okay, so it's 5:27 right now. We're looking at 65 degrees outside.
All right, ahead at 6 o'clock, over 50% of deadly house fires in the U.S. happen in homes without smoke alarms. How you can protect your home without breaking your budget.
And later this morning on GMA, the Shark Tank's Mark Cuban talks about the show and some of his favorite deals.
All right, I like the cubes, despite him, yes, being the former Mavericks owner. All right, plus a Thanksgiving food price forecast and the supermarket deals for Turkey Day. This is all coming up also on Good Morning America. That starts at 7 o'clock.
Coming up this morning on GMSA, how the search for Suzanne Simpson has taken authorities to a landfill in southeast Bexar County.
And taking you outside with live cam on your Tuesday morning, 5:30 in the morning. It is October 15th, and we are starting to feel some fall weather, y'all. Coming up, Justin, the man right here. He's got the good news for us.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us again on this Tuesday. And like I said, I got in the car, and it got to a point when I was just like, am I going to turn the air off? I think I'm going to turn the air off. So I turned it off, and I was just like, wow, it's that time now.
It's not bad this morning, but it's going to get cooler than this. So we're expecting temperatures potentially in the mid-50s by the time we get into Thursday morning. Before we get to that front, though, here's another picture of the comet. We've gotten so many pictures, and we appreciate everyone getting out there and getting some cool shots of it. This is a great one from Helotus, and really the colors are incredible. So the great camera work, and you can check out all these photos on KSAT.com under our KSAT Connect tab. And as we look at the forecast for today, still hot, unfortunately. 97 is where we're headed. That would be another record. The record for today is 95. Yesterday we blew it out by 3 degrees. I think we'll probably be in the same boat again today. So full sun, 88 noontime, and then 97 the high. But here comes our front. We think it gets here overnight tonight into early tomorrow. So yes, 97 today, but by tomorrow, 77 for a high. That's it. So we're dropping 20 degrees thanks to this front. And we'll get some gusty winds along with it too. Much more on what it means for the extended forecast. And yes, there are some rain chances to talk about. That's coming up in just a couple minutes. But let's check in on your traffic this morning. How are things looking?
All right, Justin, things looking great as we take a look at your traffic authority and our TransGuide traffic cameras. 37 Salado Creek. Traffic moving pretty good. Both directions right there. 35 there at 410. We got smooth sailing across the city of San Antonio this morning. Jaffney.
And speaking of smooth sailing, let's get out to Alex Gomez, who is the smoothest person around, man. He is hitting the road right now, showing us what our commute is looking like. Good morning, Alex. Hey.
Yes, so far it's smooth, but you know what? All the kiddos going back to school, folks going back to work. It could get a little bit busier later in the morning, but for right now, everything looks pretty good over here on the northwest side. This is going to be coming down I-10 eastbound right at the Crossroads interchange. So far we're getting pretty lucky and have no crashes to report. Jaffney.
All right, thanks so much, Alex. And of course, if anything does pop up on our roadways, we'll keep you guys first in the know with Alex Gomez and your TransGuide. This morning, the search for Suzanne Simpson Clark continuing for a 9th day.
That's right. The missing mother of 4 was last seen the night of October 6th. She was reported missing the next day.
Her husband, Brad Simpson, has been sitting in jail since Wednesday after being arrested on charges of assault, family violence, and unlawful restraint.
And our Devin Karp is live in southeast Bexar County following where the search for Suzanne will pick up later this morning. Good morning, Devin.
RJ and Jaffney, good morning. We know that right now investigators are going to return here in a few hours, but if you take a look over my shoulder, you can see there's already some activity here still with some of those bulldozers. Now, we know that they are going to be coming back out here for a second day, but the Texas Department of Public Safety has asked us not to share the exact location of where we are because of the nature of this investigation. Now, so far, here's what we know about this search. This location is one of 4 areas DPS is searching in connection with Simpson's disappearance. We have not been given much about information about what led investigators here because this part of the investigation is tied to a sealed search warrant. We do know Simpson's home, the woody area next to it, and another property in Panda County have also been searched over the last 9 days. Suzanne, a well-known local realtor, was last seen 2 Sundays ago wearing a black dress and black heels. Almost Park say that she was last seen at the Argyle, a private club in Alamo Heights. They add there was reports of an altercation between Suzanne and her husband Brad at the club, and then a physical altercation location at the Simpson Olmos Park home. A Texas Ranger here on scene said at the landfill that nothing of significance was found yesterday, but they still will be searching today. Now, Brad was set to be in a bond reduction hearing today, but that has been canceled due to a federal hold on him being placed by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. But as for the exact reason why, ATF has still not specified. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you so much, Devin. And of course, this is a story that we have been following closely. Of course, he will be out there all morning long, and you can read all the latest developments on our website at ksat.com. Look for these stories on the homepage. This morning, we are less than 1 week away from the start of early voting for 2024 presidential election and 21 days away from Election Day, which is November the 5th.
Yeah, it is coming fast, y'all. So this year, it's going to be easier for the deaf community to have their voices heard. So the 5 locations that you see right there on your screen here in Bexar County will have access to sign language interpreters. This is a first step here in granting more access to those with disabilities at voting locations.
Patty Santos tells us why this is such a big step for the community. Of course, we're having some technical difficulties, and we'll try to have that package in later on this morning, but it's online as well. So there's not an exact number, but the latest census says that there are over 350,000 Texans on the deaf spectrum. Case, who was in the package, says that making these 5 locations available is a small step to equality. You see the map right there. We've got the full story. And again, these voting locations on your screen that you see right here, check it out all at ksat.com.
Yeah, hopefully we get that story up here in just a little bit. Well, as we get closer to Election Day, we'll continue to visit small South Texas communities to find out what issues matter most to people there. We're documenting our conversations through our series led by Stefania Jimenez. This is called Your Voice South Texas. Our latest episode focused on Lavernia, and our next episode is going to be up in Bernie in the Hill Country tomorrow. All right, top in your morning headlines. A North Carolina man is out on bail after allegedly threatening federal workers trying to help the region recover from Hurricane Helene. Officials say that 44-year-old William Parsons threatened to harm FEMA employees while armed with a rifle and a handgun. FEMA has said that it has made some operational adjustments following that threat.
The worst part of it is that the disaster survivors are really being hurt by this.
So this arrest comes after weeks of misinformation about FEMA's response to recent hurricanes in Florida. As of last night, about 200,000 people were still without power in that area. That was still reported, and that is 5 days after Hurricane Milton's landfall.
It is now 5:38 right now with 65 degrees outside.
Well, there's good news for families planning their Thanksgiving dinner this year. After the break, what you need to know about some big Turkey Day savings.
And taking a live look outside at the city with Good Morning San Antonio. Of course, everything looks beautiful right now. Alex Gomez is on the roadways as you guys are getting up, heading back to school and back to work. And of course, you already know Justin Horn has what you need to know for your forecast.
541, welcome back to GMSA. Well, we haven't gone past Halloween, but a lot of people are already thinking about big savings for your Thanksgiving table. Believe it or not, planning is already underway for those with getting ready for those Thanksgiving menus. Wells Fargo is previewing its upcoming annual report on those prices.
Shoppers can expect to pay 16% less for turkeys this year compared to last year, though ham prices are up a little bit more than 5%. Side dishes are a bit more expensive as well this year. Sweet potatoes are up and russet potatoes are also up 14%. That's an all-time high.
Labor and transportation. Those are the two big things that just don't get any cheaper anytime soon. And that's really the biggest driver of seeing food inflation still continue to push higher.
All right, so stock up on the turkey. Don't stock up on the potatoes. All right, looking for more savings tip coming up on Good Morning America beginning at 7 o'clock. Do you have a favorite side for Thanksgiving?
Okay, every time I say this, everybody gets on me, but it's called chitlins. We call them chitlings, but they call them chitterlings. Either way, it's pig intestines. But they actually, when you cook them, They're pretty tasty.
There we go. Yeah, I'm with turkey dressing, and I know some people call it stuffing. So stuffing, dressing, it's a little bit cranberry on there.
Yeah, is that a side for you, dressing?
It is a side for me.
Dressing is a side?
Yes.
Whoa, okay, so we got to go over these menus coming up in the holiday. It is now 5:42, 65 degrees outside.
All right, taking you outside with drive cam on your Tuesday morning. Alex Gomez surveying the streets of San Antonio. We're going to check in with him in just a bit. Also, Justin Horn for your Tuesday forecast. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is 5:46. Let's get out to the roadways to see what we're looking like.
Yeah, let's check out your traffic authority right now. And traffic looking pretty good. Of course, we got some people that are back on the roads, including many of our school districts back, and maybe a lot of people starting out their work week. As we take a look here, 410 at Old Pearsall Road. Thank you very much for our TransGuide traffic cameras cycling through that one. That's going to be on the southbound lanes of 410 at Old Pearsall Road, and you saw right there that just the shoulder being affected out there on your Tuesday morning, Jeff.
Yes, let's go out to Alex Gomez. So my mom just messaged me, and she said that, we've been doing it wrong apparently, because yes, dressing is the main dish. Alex, what is your turkey Thanksgiving dinner like? Which one is the main dish?
The main dish should be turkey.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Okay, cool.
Put it up on the poll.
Yeah, we got to make a poll about this, because dressing is always the main dish for us. Anyways, how are things looking on the roadways?
Yeah, not too bad, Jaffney. Over here, I just made it to the northeast side, 35 northbound at Riddeman. And even though a lot of folks getting back on the roadways, I've hardly had to touch the brake this morning. So smooth sailing. But you know what? I like all food, Jaffney. I love the dressing. I love the turkey and the stuffing. It's all good to me.
Hey, that's always good, especially when you're around family and the family is cooking it. That's what's the best.
Absolutely. I'm getting hungry right now.
I know, just looking at that. Man.
I'm going to invent a larger plate Thanksgiving. So when you go down the line, you have more room, because you run out of room and then it all runs together and then it's a whole thing.
All right, it's time to just ask Justin, and we're not talking about Thanksgiving today.
Well, we could. We could change the poll, but we won't. We won't. We'll stick with our planet question. So, which planet has the longest day? Is it Neptune, Jupiter, Earth, or Venus? You can log your vote. Go to ksat.com/poll or scan that QR code and let us know what you think.
Look at everybody taking your hint earlier. Earth, that's 0% because we're 24 hours.
So, yes.
Yeah?
There is. I'll go ahead and tell you that. There is one that has a longer day, but you have to decide. Go on and vote. We want to see.
I meant 12 hours.
Process of elimination.
24.
24-hour day?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
Sorry, my brain is messing up.
All I know is that yesterday we used all that day because those temperatures really skyrocketed. 98. Is where we ended up. But look at Cotulla and New Braunfels. I mean, we're in mid-October. This is actually very rare to get triple digits, but there we are. 100 New Braunfels, 100 in Cotulla, 96 in Pleasanton. These were records, obviously, in most spots, and I think we're going to set a record again today. 67 right now. I know it's hard to believe if you walk outside. It actually doesn't feel bad, but it will get rather hot this afternoon. 64 Converse, 55 Bernie, 54 right now in Kerrville. And our forecast takes us up to near 90 by noontime, 88 degrees, full sun again today, and then 97 is your high temperature. The old high, record high is 95. So we'll be right there, if not a little bit above. But here's the payoff. That front gets here tonight into early tomorrow morning. Look at the drop-off. A 20-degree drop-off from high temperatures from today to tomorrow. 77 on your Wednesday. It'll feel a lot better tomorrow. 79 Thursday, 80 Friday, 81 Saturday. So we'll continue the seasonable temperatures right on into the weekend. And then, Thursday morning, I think this is our coolest morning. We drop down into the mid-50s and maybe even some 40s in the hill country. So that's what we have to look forward to. And as I mentioned earlier, you may want to dig out at least a light jacket because I think the kiddos will want it Thursday morning. It'll be certainly a change. Let's look at the futurecast here. What about rain? Well, as we look at the upper level pattern, yes, we get the front through, but the front does not come with any rain. What we'll be watching is an upper level low that comes into the western half of the country this weekend. Doesn't really get close enough to give us significant rain chances, but it does pull some moisture up. And I think we'll see some clouds over the weekend and maybe a light shower or two. It's not going to be significant rainfall. It's not going to be important rainfall, but at least maybe we get a sprinkle or two Saturday, maybe into Sunday, but rain chances are honestly pretty low on Sunday. So 77 tomorrow. It does turn breezy tomorrow morning as that cooler air begins to work in. 79, notice the 54 Thursday morning as we showed you, and then 80 on Friday, mostly cloudy. We're still in the 50s Friday morning. Mostly cloudy this weekend with that small chance of rain, and highs will be in the low 80s. So all I can say is finally. We've earned this. We're going to soak it in, and we got to get through today, though.
Hey, we can do it. We've been getting through all the rest of these days. This ain't nothing.
You're right.
Yes.
I always like when we get that first front and you see people, they show up in scarves and things. They're ready to go.
It'll happen.
For sure, yeah. We're ready to go, for sure.
5:51, 65 degrees outside.
All right, cuteness with a purpose here. After the break, how panda diplomacy is staying alive amid the arrival of these two cute guys right there, two giant pandas from China.
All right. RJ, you feeling lucky today?
A little bit.
Let's go ahead.
I'm always lucky hanging out with you, Daphne and Justin. All right, let's take a look here at your Texas Lottery. If you're just waking up with us right now, pick 3. We got double sevens right there. We got a 3, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 7, 5, double zeros right there. Fireball 6, Cash 5, 12, 14, 24, 27, 34, and the Texas 2 Step 23, 24, 27, 32, and the bonus ball of 26.
Let's get to that Powerball right now. 14, 18, 33, 64, 67 with a Powerball of 14. Mega player of 2. Texas Lottery. Good luck.
Wakey, wakey. It's an encore of Sunday morning football. Let's go! Live from London.
Makes the catch!
All eyes are on Wembley as 2 first-round QBs fight for glory.
He's in for the touchdown!
Drake May leads the Patriots against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Set your alarms because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Patriots, Jaguars. Sunday, only on NFL Network.
In an office, a woman clears her throat.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that sore throat.
Vapocool drops?
It's sore throat relief with a rush of Vicks Vapors.
She exhales with a smile.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks Vapocool drops.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
All right, welcome back. That was 5:56. So if you're not looking at your TV right now, you might want to take a peep up real quick because happening today, we got these 2 giant pandas from southwestern China. They'll be settling in their new home in Washington, D.C. Team from the Smithsonian National Zoo was on the ground in Sichuan province when they departed. After landing in Washington this morning, the pandas start a new life in the U.S. This is all a part of the process called panda diplomacy, and it has been happening between the U.S. and China for more than 50 years. Look at those guys. I like it when they eat the bamboo like that.
There you go, yes. And I believe the pandas, they are marsupials, right, Justin?
Oh, yeah, they do tuck their little babies in their tummies.
That's right.
Yeah.
What you said, man. Yeah, no, yeah, obviously adorable and great to see him back in the U.S. I know that this has been a big part of some international relations between China and the U.S., so good to see them back here.
All right, ahead at 6, today marks 3 weeks to Election Day. How the city of San Antonio is working to help deaf voters before early voting starts on Monday.
All right, plus we are rolling into day 2 of San Antonio Startup Week. We're going to tell you why one investor says that chasing the money shouldn't be the goal for new businesses. And we take you outside with Drive Cam. Alex Gomez checking on the streets of San Antonio right now. The only thing we're seeing is a stalled vehicle, 410 Old Pearsall Road. But you know what? We're getting an update on the ground from Alex. Also an update on the skies with Justin Horn on today's forecast as we get ready for a nice cool down across our area. We'll be right back.